This is News 3 Now, live at 4, moving forward.
Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 4. Right now, President Joe Biden is in Westby, Wisconsin, announcing billions of dollars in investments for rural electrification.
We just heard from the president. Our Will Keneally joins us live from Westby with more information on Biden's remarks. Good evening, Will.
Yeah, that's right. So Biden spoke here in western Wisconsin just a few minutes ago. Now, this is one of the first appearances that we've seen from him since yesterday's school shooting in Georgia. Now, he touched on that at the beginning of his speech. Take a listen.
All these investments means family farms can stay in the family. Rural entrepreneurs can build their dreams. Your children and grandchildren won't have to leave home to make a living. I don't know how many of you have been confronted growing up where everything's going well and the son or daughter comes to mom or dad and said, I can't stay. There's not work for me here. I got to leave. That's stopping now. Because we're spreading out.
So we just heard Biden there. This was part of an announcement of more than $7 billion across rural America. Now, for what that means for Wisconsin, more than $500 million will go to an electric co-op here in western Wisconsin. Now, they've been pitching that as an investment in green energy as well. What that means for Wisconsin is that energy co-op will use that to support and buy from green energy producers. Now, that increased demand will help those producers expand their business. Now, I do want to mention, as we talked about earlier, Biden did talk about yesterday's school shooting in Georgia. Here he is talking at the beginning of his speech.
All these investments means family farms can stay in the family. Rural entrepreneurs can build their dreams. Your children and grandchildren won't have to leave home to make a living. I don't know how many of you have been confronted growing up where everything's going well and the son or daughter comes to mom or dad and said, I can't stay. There's not work for me here. I got to leave. That's stopping now.
Yeah, so as we are hearing from Biden talk about that school shooting at the beginning of his speech, he's mentioned that he's a gun owner himself and he's pushing for more gun control, including universal background checks. Now, again, this is a key stop from Biden and Democrats here to western Wisconsin, a key swing state for November's election. We'll have more from his stop coming up at 4:30. But for now, reporting from Westby, Wisconsin, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Will, thank you. We are also getting reaction to the grant from the very people it will affect. Will spoke to the CEO and president of the Dairyland Power Co-op about what the grant does for their renewable energy projects, ultimately shrinking the co-op's carbon footprint.
But in general, if I look at this, it allows us to meet our mission of being safe, reliable, and affordable, and move towards a lower carbon future. And I think when I look at it, I think about it before the grant, we were crawling towards that goal, and now we're running.
Ridge says the co-op plans to use the money to expand its portfolio to include things like solar, wind, and batteries. Without the grant, Ridge says those projects would likely not happen.
Former President Donald Trump's campaign is countering President Biden's visit. Several of his surrogates are in Milwaukee. And we also have a statement from the GOP's Wisconsin press secretary. It reads in part, despite Kamala and Joe's best efforts, Wisconsin voters know that only President Donald J. Trump offers the common sense solutions that will make America affordable again. To add some context there, the latest CNN poll shows likely Wisconsin voters favor Trump on the economy, 47 to 45. 8% said neither. Still, Harris has an edge overall, leading Trump 50 to 44 in the state. The margin of error here is plus or minus 4.4%.
We'll have more election coverage in our next half hour.
But for now, let's get a look at our first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington is live in Spring Green. You found a shady spot there.
Yes, I did find a shady spot, but it's cool. The cool front came through even here in Spring Green, and temperatures are going to slowly work their way down. It's going to be a beautiful night for local night, which is just starting to gear up here. It starts at 5:30, and in a little bit, we're going to interview one of the bands that will be playing tonight, New Normal. Lydia Johnson is one of the performers for New Normal. But let's do that forecast here for Spring Green as well. Radar 3000 looking right down at street level arrival right off of Highway 23 and 14 in Spring Green. We got no greens, meaning we've got no precipitation going on in Spring Green. Rest of southern Wisconsin, largely dry. This cold front came through with a couple showers, a couple bolts of lightning earlier today, but that sense has moved on out of here. That cold front is continuing to move through southern Wisconsin, and off to the east and southeast it goes. Future track trying to paint a couple more showers and thunderstorms popping up to the east of Madison, over towards Watertown and over towards Elkhorn and Walworth County. But I think it's largely going to be dry over the evening. Temperatures have cooled down to the 70s. We made it into the upper 70s to the lower 80s in Dane County proper, where we got a lot of 73s and 74s. And I could feel the breeze here in Spring Green, and it's coming to Dane County from the northwest. Temperatures dipping down into the upper 60s by the time we get a little bit later into the evening. Coming up in Maine weather, we're going to interview Lydia Johnson and the New Normal Band, and I'll let you know when we can expect rain again, or will we?
Alex, thank you. New information from Milwaukee. 3 police officers are hurt after a shooting earlier today. Officers exchanged gunfire with a suspect that was wanted for felony possession of a firearm, domestic violence-related false imprisonment, and sexual assault. After the exchange, the suspect surrendered 2 firearms and was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The 3 officers were injured, but all are expected to recover.
And Madison police are asking for your help finding a missing man. Take a look at your screen. This is Eric Ball. MPD says he left his home on the east side August 24th, and he hasn't been seen or heard from since. He left on his e-bike, and that's also pictured here. If you know where Eric is, call the Dane County Communications non-emergency line. That's 608-255-2345. As students return to UW-Madison's campus for the school year, they are met with a new set of guidelines for protesting. The university says the newly named expressive activity policy is meant to ensure that education is not disrupted.
Our Ellie LaLiberte joins us now with what those updates look like and how protesters are reacting. Ellie?
Yeah, there are several updates to the policies, and here are some of the highlights. Protesters cannot demonstrate within 25 feet of university building entrances. They cannot use bullhorns during finals week, and they cannot block graduation photo locations like the Abraham Lincoln statue on Bascom Hill. Now, last spring, pro-Palestine protesters at UW joined students across the nation calling for the university to divest from companies with ties to Israel. It resulted in an encampment on Library Mall that caught passerby and media attention. Now, some of those protesters are saying they are frustrated with the university's actions.
I think we're not totally surprised. I think the university has been very clear that it's invested in protecting the status quo. I mean, in the policy, it says that it wants things to be unhindered, wants to make sure that campus is unhindered. And I really think that's a coded way of saying that they don't want any change.
I reached out to university officials who say, quote, UW-Madison is committed to protecting and promoting free expression with reasonable time, place, and manner restrictions in place to ensure the university continue to fulfill its responsibilities to teaching, research, and service, end quote. The University of Madison is just one of the latest increasing restrictions on these protests. The University of Connecticut, Indiana University, and the University of South Florida have all updated the rules for protests on campus for this school year.
Ellie, thank you. We have new details about the Georgia school shooting, including past threats from the suspect.
Plus, Madison's police chief is weighing in why he wants the Madison School Board to bring back a certain safety measure to our schools.
Get up to 60% off list prices on hundreds of items at the huge Labor Day sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Get this power recliner for a steal, or a super padded family-friendly reclining sectional.
Up to 60% off at the huge Labor Day sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Hi, I'm Steve Lindenau, owner of Crazy Lenny's e-bikes. We are the e-bike experts. We've been doing this for well over a decade, and we'll use that expertise to get you into the right e-bike. We have the right bike here for everyone, and our knowledgeable staff will help select the right bike for you. So if you're looking for an e-bike, give us a call or stop on by, because nobody e-bikes like we bikes.
I love that my daughter still needs me, but sometimes I can't help due to burning and stabbing pain in my hands. so I use Nervive.
Nervive's clinical dose of ALA reduces nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days.
Now I can help again. Feel the difference with Nervive.
Right now, we're running our 60-60-60 sale. So when you purchase your new concrete coating, you get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60% off installation or 60-month no-interest financing. This is one of our best deals of the year, so visit our website or call the number for your new floor today.
Okay, guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines for just $90.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah. It's a huge deal. You also get 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones! Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
So go get that deal. Or at least help me clip. Do you check the expiration dates?
Oh, I can do that.
Great.
Get 4 free phones of your choice with no trade-in needed, plus 4 lines for $90.
We all share the same roads, but when accidents happen, we don't always share the same consequences. Big trucks can cause big damage. Injuries can be severe and may require a lifetime of care and compensation. Call Gruber Law Offices today. We've been fighting and winning for people injured by big trucks for more than 35 years. Let us do the same for you. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Most people call leaf filter when their gutters are clogged and they notice one of the many issues that can bring. Well, sometimes it's the smell of mildew when water has seeped into the interior walls, or maybe they've spotted mold in the attic. But most often, it's the more obvious signs of damage, like rotten soffit, fascia, or water pooling near their foundation. You can get ahead of costly damage by protecting your home's gutters today. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help.
Schedule your free gutter inspection today. Call 833-LEAF-FILTER or visit leaffilter.com.
Labor Day exclusive. See the brand new Nectar Premier Hybrid first at Slumberland with a cooling cover and gel memory foam for pressure relief, only $10.99. Or shop America's favorite brands. Hurry, and soon at Slumberland.
This evening, we're learning more about the latest school shooting that killed 4 people in Winder, Georgia.
Among the victims, 2 students, 14-year-old Christian Angelo and 14-year-old Mason Schermerhorn. Also dead, 2 teachers, 39-year-old Richard Aspinwall and 53-year-old Christina Ermy. Investigators say a 14-year-old student opened fire with an AR platform weapon around 10:20 in the morning. The shooting came less than 1 month into the new school year.
I lived in Winder all my life. I'm 15. I've been here like a long time. And I just never thought. That's why my parents came here. It's such a peaceful town, and just nothing ever happened. I didn't think it would be here.
Local deputies questioned the suspected shooter and his father last year. The reason? Posts he made online threatening to carry out a school shooting. Police say they didn't have enough evidence at the time to make an arrest.
Madison police are weighing in on the shooting as schools are welcoming kids back this week. MPD Chief Sean Barnes is calling on the Madison School Board to consider reinstating school resource officers in schools. He released a statement reading in part, "Let us not allow politics to override the safety of our children. We must take proactive steps to prevent tragedies like the one in Georgia from happening in our own community."
And to continuing coverage of former President Donald Trump's alleged crimes. There is no date set for the trial in his federal election interference case. In a hearing today, the judge said it's, quote, futile to set a trial date since the issue of presidential immunity will likely play out in the courts. This was the first hearing since special counsel Jack Smith revised his indictment in response to the Supreme Court's ruling giving presidents broad immunity. In his other criminal election interference case in New York, Trump's lawyers are making a last-ditch effort to delay his sentencing. A jury found the former president guilty of falsifying business records to influence the 2016 election earlier this year. If and when Trump's legal team's request is denied, the sentencing in this case will be September 18th.
The Biden administration says Russia is spending millions to influence the U.S. election and other issues through social media. The Justice Department alleges the Russian government is behind widespread covert efforts to control the information you see online. Russia's alleged role? To affect how you vote in November and what you think of issues affecting Russia. In turn, the DOJ has indicted 2 employees of the Kremlin media arm. Hunter Biden is offering to plead guilty in his federal tax evasion case in California. The decision comes moments before jury selection was to happen. Biden had earlier attempted to resolve his case with a plea in which he'd get to maintain his innocence, but still accept punishment. Prosecutors allege Biden claimed tax deductions for personal expenses disguised as business expenses.
Tomorrow's jobs report could determine whether the Federal Reserve cuts interest rates. The Fed has signaled that it will cut rates after this month. The jobs number tomorrow will likely indicate how large that cut will be. Some economists say U.S. employers added 160,000 jobs in August, and that unemployment dropped. If the Fed cut rates, it will be the first cut in 2.5 years.
Two officials with the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission are calling on the agency to investigate popular online retailers. In an open letter, the commissioners say investigators should look into the safety controls of Shein, Temu, and other online marketplaces. The officials are also calling for a look into the SIT's relationships with third-party sellers. Reuters reports Singapore-owned Shein says it's working on strengthening its compliance, and China-based Temu says it will comply with any investigation.
Women in the U.S. will soon be able to collect their own samples for cervical cancer screenings. In May, the FDA gave a green light to the method, which can be used as an alternative to pap smears and HPV tests. Doctors say the self-collection method will make screening more accessible and increase the chance of catching cervical cancer in its early stages. According to the CDC, more than 11,000 women are diagnosed with the disease in the U.S. every year. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington has your forecast. Hi, Alex.
Hey there, Maddie. Hey there, Brady. Hey there, Southern Wisconsin. I know a thing or two about this town of Spring Green, Wisconsin. More on that coming up in our 6 o'clock show, but I want to talk about the features for tonight, and that's local night here in Spring Green that starts at 5:30 p.m., featuring a band called New Normal. I've got the New Normal group here, and with us we've got Bo, Chance, and Lydia. Tell us a little bit about New Normal. Tell us, where did New Normal's name come from?
New normal kind of originated when COVID was happening, and, you know, it was our new normal, and that's right around when the band was formed. It was the 3 original members here, Tess, Aubrey, and then Chance, and then I came on about 2 years after that, and then Lydia's a pretty recent addition here, but we're glad to have her as our lead singer.
And Lydia, we were hearing you practice just a little bit earlier. What was one of the songs you were practicing?
Yeah, one of the songs I was practicing is Separate Ways by Journey.
It was excellent. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Again, coming down here 5:30. Do you know where you folks line up in the show? Do you start right off in the beginning?
That would be a question for Chance here. I just kind of show up, do my best.
Chance, tell us where you line up.
I really don't know either. That's part of our instruction team's job there, so really don't know.
That's absolutely okay. That's why you got to come at 5:30 so you can see the full show featuring New Normal. And do you have any venues coming up after tonight's local night here in Spring Green?
After that, we're going to be playing at Showboat Saloon in the Dells for Wajawa weekend that Saturday there. And then we've got another gig. Why don't you tell them a little bit more about that, Chance?
We're also going to be playing at Pals that same day. So it's going to be 2 shows in one day.
2 shows in one day. All right. So you guys got your itinerary ahead of you, folks. Again, New Normal featuring here tonight at Local Night in Spring Green, Wisconsin. Coming up during the 5 o'clock show, we're going to be talking a little bit more about the history behind Local Night and how it came to be and how and why it is so important to the community of Spring Green. And then coming up at 6, my connection to the local community in Spring Green, which has something to do with weather. Let's do a little bit of weather here. We'll go here to our 3 things you need to get out of the forecast. Just an outside chance of a sprinkle here in Spring Green and the rest of southern Wisconsin. And then again, Friday afternoon as cool air starts to spill into southern Wisconsin. Fall-like weather you can anticipate for Friday and Saturday, and then dry as we go out to the remainder of the forecast. Taking a look at the temperatures that we can expect across the area tonight here in the Wisconsin River Valley. We'll do about 54, not out of the question to have a little bit of fog here in the Wisconsin River Valley. 56 in Madison and 57. That's a warmer spot in Janesville. The cold front and cold air is taking its time to make it through southern Wisconsin, and it will make it here. 66, that's all we're going to do on Friday. How about 64? Refreshing fall-like temperatures, but it doesn't last very long. Look at the temperatures go right back up. The thermometer and the mercury soars 80s by next week. Some places could be pushing upper 80s to right around 90 degrees by the time we get later into next week. And if you want rain, if you didn't get any today, unfortunately, that's it. The 7-day rain chance is very low across all of southern Wisconsin. That 7-day forecast, again, after our fall-like brief bit of crisp air lasting through Saturday, temperatures go right back up into the 80s, lows at night. A bit on the warm side for this time of year, right around 60. And briefly, Climate Prediction Center taking us well into September, warmer than normal and drier than normal in southern Wisconsin. So again, reporting live here in Spring Green, Wisconsin. Local night starts here in about an hour and 10 minutes. If you don't have any plans tonight, come on west to Spring Green, Wisconsin and listen to the band New Normal. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Alex. Very nice. He loves being out in the community like that.
I know. He's so good at it, too.
Yeah. I have to correct myself. That company, I kept saying Shine. It's pronounced Shein.
It is, but that's okay.
I'm not as hip as I pretend to be. Thanks for keeping me on my toes. Oh, boozy brunch, wine walk, pre-game beers. Pretty much every event includes alcohol now.
That's right. So where can you go for the same social activities without the alcohol? We're showing you a new specialty shop and the owner's personal story about linking sobriety with society.
With Sweeto Metal Roofing, you get quality metal roofs installed by the best in the business. A metal roof means no fading, no storm repairs, true sustainability, and lower energy bills.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
My late father-in-law lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had AMD. I didn't know it then, but it can progress to GA, an advanced form of the disease. His struggle with vision loss from AMD made me want to help you see warning signs of GA, like hazy or blurred vision, so it's hard to see fine details. Colors that appear dull or washed out. Or trouble with low light. That makes driving at night a real challenge. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
We're cranking up the voltage, Wisconsin. Lottery retailers all around the state are lighting up with the latest limited time offer. It's Badger 5, 5 will get you 6. During the month of September, players who buy a $5 or greater Badger 5 ticket will receive a bonus ticket for the next drawing of Badger 5. This electric offer is only available for a limited time and only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
It's a great time to have RG Heating and Air Conditioning check your home's furnace system for safety and efficiency. RG services all brands and installs quality Trane equipment to keep your home running smooth year-round. Call RG Heating and AC today.
I was a Kamala Harris supporter. That changed after an illegal alien murdered my son. Running him over, then driving back and forth over Drew's body 3 times. The man who killed my son had been arrested previously, but Kamala Harris let him go. As San Francisco's DA, Kamala was soft on crime. As a senator, she supported releasing criminal aliens back into our neighborhoods. Kamala Harris is dangerous.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
This September, it's time to celebrate Portage Furniture's anniversary sale. For decades, we've been a staple of our downtown community, and we're proud of those roots. We've built a reputation for quality service and beautiful forever furniture, and you can save on all of the top brands: Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, Serta mattresses, and always free delivery. Shop local this September at Portage Furniture's anniversary sale. Don't you just love a good reason to celebrate?
Squeaky, creaky, leaky entry doors from big box stores should be ignored. Scott the window guy does entry doors. He can do yours and so much more.
We do entry doors at scottthewindowguy.com.
Welcome back. A new store in Middleton is offering an alternative for people who don't drink, so they don't have to miss out on social events that are typically paired with alcohol.
I spoke with the owner about her personal story that inspired her business.
When you walk into Christy Tanner's store,
I love coming to work.
You'll notice a few things. It's as bright, colorful, and cheerful as its owner.
You'll have to let me know how you are. Send me IG.
IG?
Instagram.
Oh. Okay. And it has everything to make a drink. Well, almost everything.
Non-alcoholic gin, non-alcoholic whiskey, non-alcoholic bourbon. We have non-alcoholic beer.
There's not a drop of alcohol in Sober Social.
What'd you get today?
I got Monday zero alcohol whiskey. And it was a toss-up between the Kentucky bourbon and this one.
Tanner opened her Middleton store in July. She wants the non-alcoholic specialty shop to cater to people who don't drink, want to drink less, or really for any reason they want. There's only one rule here. Tanner's life motto.
Keep no secrets, carry no shame.
Ironically, Tanner used to keep a big secret all bottled up.
I think I probably always had an abnormal relationship with alcohol.
The drinking went from happy hours to hours of being drunk. She tried to get sober throughout the years and even went to rehab a few times. She reverted back to drinking and didn't find a lot of support in a culture that pushes alcohol.
I think we sort of, as a culture, glamorized mommy wine culture for a long time. It's like, this might be vodka, except for like, is it funny if it really is? I thought it was.
Eventually, she wasn't laughing.
And I got 2 DUIs in the same week, and I went to jail overnight. And after that happened, I said, I can't live this way.
Tanner is now 5 years sober. She says she opened Sober Social to give other people the option to skip the alcohol, but not miss out on socializing. It comes from a very personal place, when she found her own sobriety journey to be a little lonely.
My biggest roadblock to sobriety was the isolation factor. And people didn't know what to do, right? They were like, shoot, we're going out for happy hour. Christy doesn't drink. We probably shouldn't invite her. That would be really uncomfortable. Well, yes, and it's really uncomfortable to be left out.
Beyond that, Tanner says she wants to sell NA drinks that actually taste good.
So, no, it's not grape juice. Cheers!
And she encourages sampling. Oh, that does have a little... feel a little burn. Yeah.
I told you!
There's no judgment at Sober Social, and Tanner hopes her business helps erase the stigma associated with not drinking.
People are sort of ashamed to be like, I can't drink or I don't drink anymore. Congrats to you. That is amazing.
When you meet Christy Tanner, you'll notice how she sees the world.
Good luck. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good one.
Yes, she gave up drinking, and she says that's how she regained everything.
You know, I think when I was drinking, I sort of saw the world in shades of gray. And when I got sober, it was really hard at the beginning, right? It's like you feel your icky, hard feelings. It's real, and it's really uncomfortable not to escape those. However, once you sit through that, then you're able to really see the world in Technicolor, right? The whole world has lit up in a brand new way.
Sober Social is in downtown Middleton on Parmenter Street. For more details, you can visit its website, sobersocialshop.com. We'll be right back.
We all share the same roads, but when an accident happens, we don't always share the same consequences. Gruber Law Offices has been winning for people injured in truck accidents for more than 35 years. One call, that's all.
Right now, pet dander, skin cells, mold spores, pollen, and dirt are being sucked into your air ducts. Get cleaner air and system efficiency now with Stanley Steamer. For over 75 years, we've continually engineered our equipment and processes to deep clean your entire home. Your air ducts aren't clean until they're Stanley Steamer clean.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Now at Menards, save big money on your next project with an 11% rebate on everything. Protect your cars, trucks, and toys with Shelter Logic. We carry a great selection of easy-to-assemble canopies, shelters, and garages that hold up against the elements. This 10x20 auto shelter is rip-resistant and has a heavy-duty steel frame. Get yours today for $249.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Donald Trump's back, and he's out for control.
I would have every right to go after them.
Complete control.
I will wield that power very aggressively.
And he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do.
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to make Donald Trump the most powerful president ever. Overhauling the Department of Justice, giving Trump the unchecked power to seek vengeance, eliminating the Department of Education, and defunding K-12 schools, requiring the government to monitor women's pregnancies, and severe cuts to Medicare and Social Security. Donald Trump may try to deny it, but those are Donald Trump's plans.
Well, revenge does take time, I will say that. And sometimes revenge can be justified.
He'll take control, we'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
When a truck accident happens, the results can be catastrophic. Our dedicated and proven team is here to help, and there's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You're watching News 3 Now live at 4. Moving forward.
Quick, if you want to play basketball, the court is open. Everyone go.
Go, go, go. Taste of fall.
It's a little fall-like out there. Go. Alex? Oh.
Go.
Oh, Alex. What's up? Are you playing basketball? Oh, okay. Well, Alex is frozen. The feed is, not Alex himself. It's not that chilly out. We'll get to him in just a moment. Let's go down to... Okay.
Let's go to Will.
President Biden just spoke in Westby about an investment of billions of dollars in rural electrification.
And our Will Keneally is there right now. Will, can you tell us what you heard from the president?
Yep, that's right. So we're here near Viroqua, Wisconsin, in western Wisconsin. We just heard from the president about an hour ago, introducing a new round of funding for rural America. Now in Wisconsin, that means more than $500 million for a local electric co-op here. Now the president said that this will mark an investment in clean energy. Take a listen.
It's the most significant transformative investment in electrification and clean energy for rural America since FDR's New Deal nearly 90 years ago.
Now, we spoke with the president of the Wisconsin Co-op receiving that funding. Now, he tells us that they will use that in part to buy clean energy. Now, increasing that demand will help local suppliers bolster their renewable energy production here. Now, we'll continue to provide more throughout the evening from western Wisconsin here, but for now, reporting from Westby, Wisconsin, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Will, thank you. We've been continuing our 3 for the People coverage all week, breaking down the election issues that matter most to you. This week, we're tackling the issue of abortion.
Tonight, our Braden Ross brings us the personal stories of 2 women who know the issue firsthand. Braden?
Yeah, that's right, guys. Sydney Sweeney and Heidi Wettlinger have something in common. They both had abortions. Now, Cindy runs a pro-life crisis pregnancy center, while Heidi shares her story in support of abortion rights. For both women, talking about their personal stories with abortion isn't an easy thing to do. Cindy found herself pregnant in college and again in her early in her first marriage. In both cases, she says she was encouraged by others in her life to end the pregnancies, but she says she's always regretted it.
When it was over and I'm walking out the building, I knew that it was more than just a blob of cells. You feel like people are going to judge you. And I will tell you that women like me, it seems safer to live in the shadows, as that's what I call it, because it's just too terrible to put words to.
Heidi had 3 miscarriages before she had her first child in 2013. The birth was complicated and left Wettlinger in fear of how another pregnancy might impact her health. So when she found out she was pregnant last year at the age of 43, she drove to Illinois to get an abortion.
I knew as soon as I discovered I was pregnant that I did not want to be pregnant anymore. We're in a state where I could not feel safe and feel like I could get the comprehensive care that I needed from my doctor.
Now you can hear more of Heidi and Cindy's stories coming up tonight at 10 right here on News 3 Now.
Thank you, Braden. Again, mixed numbers on Wall Street. This time the Dow Jones Industrial Average falling more than 219 points. The Nasdaq adds 43. The S&P 500 loses almost 17.
And coming up this weekend is the Wisconsin Ironman.
Our Mel Hubbard met with a competitor that is taking on the Ironman Challenge despite having multiple sclerosis.
There are 12 Ironman races that happen in North America every year, and Ironman Wisconsin is ranked at the top of the list. Ironman Wisconsin was voted first overall pick by athletes in 2023, and competitors are out today to prepare for the big weekend. There will be over 2,000 volunteers and around 3,400 athletes competing. Saturday is the half Ironman and Sunday is the full race. Most people compete on one of those days, but 39 people are signed up to do both races this year, and Misty is one of those competitors.
There's not a lot of races out there that are bigger than an Ironman, you know, and once I did my full, I'm like, I want to keep going, you know, and so the challenge has been just finding my guides to do these bigger events with me.
Misty will have a guide with her through the race because she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2016. With her condition, her vision becomes impaired when she exerts energy. She will do the race almost completely blind and will battle muscle cramps and numbness on top of it all. Misty will be swimming, biking, and running a total of 210.9 miles just this weekend. Her number is 11 on the bib, so if you are cheering on the Ironmans, you can look out for her. Reporting in downtown Madison, Meryl Hubbard, News 3 Now.
And coming up tonight at 6, we'll hear more of Misty's story to see what drives her to take on the Ironmans this weekend. We'll be right back.
Fall is just around the corner. Let the experts at Feldco get your home ready for the cooler temps ahead. Right now, buy one window, get one free, plus no interest for 3 years. It's the perfect time to make valuable upgrades to your home and save more money in the process. Our custom windows are built in the U.S. to the highest standards and made to withstand the harsh Midwest weather. Buy one window, get one free, and soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco. Service and savings. It's Woodman's.
Hi, we're the Woodmans. I'm Clint.
I'm Phil, saving you a bunch of money on tacos.
10-count Mission Soft Tacos, 2 for $4.
Seasoning, 2 for $1.
16-ounce La Prefrita refried beans, just $1.
Hot prices on tacos.
Soft Tacos, 2 for $4. Seasoning, 2 for $1. Refried beans, $1.
Hey, phenomenal prices on tacos.
Better products, better prices, better service, because we're employee-owned.
It's Woodman's.
Another serious crash out on I-43 today. One call.
That's all. After a serious truck accident, the results can be catastrophic. Never take on the insurance company alone. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Our dedicated and proven team is here to help. And there's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
In a Class 3 casino, you're playing against the house, so there's no guarantee a player has to win, ever. And in a Class 2 casino, the players play against each other, and not the house. So someone always wins.
So you're saying... He's saying if you want to win at something, you have to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, a Class 2 casino where someone has to win. How about this then?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
New at 5, protest guidelines are changing at UW-Madison. Tonight, we break down the new restrictions and why one protester says the university is stifling student voices.
Coming up at 5, why local night in Spring Green, Wisconsin, and I have your latest temperature and rainfall forecast.
And ahead at 6, 2 women, 2 experiences with abortion, and now 2 different perspectives. Hear their stories and see how the divisive issue continues to shape politics. That's tonight at 6.
Our Back to School Week coverage continues in the 608 as most kids are officially in the classrooms for the new school year across southern Wisconsin.
Josh Sprider was in Verona today and he caught up with district leaders there.
The 2024-25 school year off to a great start here in Verona. We're at Verona Area High School checking in with the district superintendent, Dr. Tremaine Clarity. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Josh. How are you?
Y'all, I'm doing great, and you guys are doing great here as well. Things are back to that normal routine here at Verona.
Absolutely, and you know, there's just so much joy and happiness that's happening right here in the Verona Area School District. The excitement that's on our staff's faces. The students have come running up to their teachers, and they're engaging in education already, and it's just a great time to be a Verona Area Wildcat. It's an honor to be here.
You know, this is always an exciting time of the year, and I loved how you're greeted with the balloon arch walking right through the door. You guys are trying to set these kids right up for success right away.
Absolutely. You know, we invest in every child every day, and our goal is to make sure that when you enter our spaces that you're going to get just a little bit better each and every day, and that's the expectation that our parents have of us and our community have of us, to continue to grow the whole child. We're continuing to enhance their education. We're working on social and emotional wellness and mental health. We're keeping our children safe, and those are all the qualities that have a great institution of education, and we're proud to be able to do that for our community.
And you guys have been working hard over the years on the facilities, right?
Yeah,
like we're in this beautiful high school atrium right now. Things are rocking around here.
Yeah, you know, and it's just an investment from our community. They believe in the power of education, and they really want to make sure that our students have great facilities to enhance their learning, and we want to make sure all the space is utilized. So we're asking our students to engage in everything that's possible. Utilize our clubs, utilize our activities, try something new. Go out and experiment, and if it doesn't work, try again, because we're going to be there to support you along the way. It's that partnership between adults and students that really make education so powerful, and we're just so happy just to be a part of that. You know, it's just a great time to be part of public education and be a great time to be at the Verona Area School District.
When you think about all those experiences, that's what shapes your life later on, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. When you think about, we're preparing our students to thrive in what we know to be the most diverse global society that's ever existed in history. And so you think about all those opportunities to engage in new languages, meet someone new, try something new, try a new food. It really enhances your ability to thrive in our society. And so that's part of the bigger part of education. There's our classroom components, but there's also so many experiences and how do you learn from another peer that really make you thrive in our society.
Yeah, and the future is now, right?
The future is now. The future is now.
Dr. Clarity, thank you so much for your time. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Thank you so much.
Yes, you bet. If you'd like to learn more what's happening here at the Verona Area School District, just go to the story up on channel3000.com. In Verona, Josh Breiter, News 3 Now.
Well, pencils, paper, backpacks, tablets, there's a never-ending checklist for back to school, but it goes beyond supplies.
Yeah, that's true. Dr. Zorba Pastor is here to talk about how to stay on top of immunizations for your children.
Here's a few things I believe. Middle-class families, like the one I grew up in, they want common sense solutions. You want lower prices and lower taxes. I believe you want to just not get by, but you want to get ahead. We must create an opportunity economy where everyone has a chance to get a car loan, buy a home, start a business. But most of all, that instead of being focused on the politics of the past, we need to be thinking about the future. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
After careful review of medical guidance and research on pain relief, my recommendation is simple. Every home should have Salon Paws. Powerful, yet non-addictive. Targeted and long-lasting. I recommend Salon Paws. It's good medicine.
Champion's big window sale is back.
Do you have ugly, hard-to-open, drafty windows? Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows. Because when you buy two, you get two free. Buy two Champion windows, get two free? I guess that means if you buy four, you get four free. Buy six, get six free. Buy 10, get 10 free.
Hurry, Champion's buy two, get two free sale is for a limited time.
Great job, everybody. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
I just this morning made a new hole in my belt, so that was super exciting.
Why are women everywhere choosing Sonobello, the advanced solution for permanent fat removal?
I saw the results immediately.
It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I've had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sonobello's best offer of the year. Sonobello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
Check it out, Smash Waist. Loving, loving, loving the results.
It will change your life. It did for me.
Call 1-888-510-6198 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
Right now, we're running our 60-60-60 sale. So when you purchase your new concrete coating, you get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60% off installation or 60-month no-interest financing. This is one of our best deals of the year, so visit our website or call the number for your new floor today.
I was a Kamala Harris supporter. That changed after an illegal alien murdered my son, running him over, then driving back and forth over Drew's body 3 times. The man who killed my son had been arrested previously, but Kamala Harris let him go. As San Francisco's DA, Kamala was soft on crime. As a senator, she supported releasing criminal aliens back into our neighborhoods. Kamala Harris is dangerous.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Get a look at Phoenix. 112 degrees, did I see?
Sizzling.
Ugh.
No thanks.
No, thank you.
Pretty view, though.
Very pretty, but I'm fine looking at it on a screen.
Yes.
I don't want to be there.
I agree.
Awesome. Well, parents have a lot to keep track of when they send their students back to school.
Well, that includes making sure they are up to date on their immunization records that are required. Dr. Zorba Pastor is here to go over what kids need. So what do they need?
Well, they need to be up to date with things: DPT, whooping cough, measles, mumps, and rubella. And it's important for parents to do that. They can go to their electronic chart, get in, see if their kids need any immunizations. And it's really important to protect our children. And since COVID, a lot of people are sort of afraid of immunizations.
Yeah, and the ones that you've mentioned, they've always been on the list.
They've been on the list for a long time. Now, I'm a child, I'm an old guy, and I was around when there was polio. And I remember as soon as the immunizations came out, everyone just wanted to get it right away. And we basically got rid of polio. We got rid of measles. We don't see rubella. We don't see mumps anymore, except in certain outbreaks. And it's important to protect your kids. There's something called the hip vaccine, which prevents meningitis in children. And then there's a meningitis vaccine for kids who are going off to college. So. Yeah.
And set the record straight. What about the autism myth?
Well, there's a myth that pertussis caused autism, and the doctor who perpetrated the myth in England made tons of money on lecture tours proving that. Ultimately, he had his license taken away because it was a total myth, and it was a myth that was believed by many, many people. And then very good data, because they stopped using the whooping cough vaccine, showed that it does not cause autism. And by the way, whooping cough is called in Chinese the 100-day cough, because you cough for 100 days. And whooping cough is big. And for adults, often many adults need the pertussis or the whooping cough vaccine to keep on top of it too.
I've read a couple of headlines about the meningitis vaccine. So what's going on with that?
So this is a vaccine given to kids often when they go out to college, or if they're going into the Army, they give the vaccine too, because this is a specific vaccine when you have young adults in a controlled environment, kills a certain number of kids a year, suffer from it. So getting that for a college-age vaccine, or college-age child, especially if they're going to go into a dorm, is really important.
And what about HPV?
Well, HPV is interesting. A human papillomavirus is the anti-cancer vaccine. It prevents cancer in women, cervical cancer in women, and head and neck cancer in women and in men. It's a sexually transmitted disease. The vaccine is best given to middle school children, but many parents do not give the vaccine because they're afraid the vaccine is going to cause premature sex in their child when they are an adult. These are middle school kids, the best time to give it to them. So the reality is there's lots of myths surrounding their vaccine. And their vaccine has now been proven, given to people up to the age of, I think, 36 or 40. So it's a very important vaccine. It prevents cancer. If we could prevent all forms of cancer, wouldn't you get that vaccine? This is a very specific vaccine that is extremely important.
I have a question for our producer. Do we have time for one more question? Maggie? Okay. I wanted to ask about, so what's the deal with the COVID and flu vaccines this year?
Absolutely get it. Now, if you get the COVID and flu vaccine together, you actually get a more robust response to both immunity for flu and for COVID. Are there more side effects? The data shows there aren't more side effects. Most common side effect from the COVID vaccine is pain in the arm. Influenza doesn't. Maybe a little bit of fever, but you know what? I'd rather not get influenza. I've had it. I'd rather not get COVID. I've had it. And getting those vaccines reduces your risk of getting it. And if you get it, it's not going to be as bad a case.
It'll take you out the next Alex stay for a little bit.
It will definitely take you out, and you know what? It's here to stay.
Yeah.
Influenza is here to stay. It's been here for many, many years, and COVID is now here to stay too. So,
very good. All right, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
And we'll be right back.
Shopping online for a Purple mattress? We get it. With Purple's unique Gel Flex grid and multiple foam layers, you'll experience effortless sleep that's motion adaptive, temperature balanced, pressure relieving, and ultra supportive. But which Purple mattress is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. During Purple's Labor Day sale, save up to $1,000 on mattress and base bundles and get an instant gift. Shop Purple at Denver Mattress, the easiest way to find your perfect Purple.
Get an 11% rebate on everything in Menards. Protect your boats and recreational vehicles with FVP RV and Marine Antifreeze. It has burst-proof protection down to -50 degrees, keeping you protected against freezing temperatures. Get a gallon for $2.49 after rebate. Attract a variety of songbirds and cardinals to your feeder with Enchanted Gardens Cardinal Mix. It's a blend of nutritious seeds that keeps birds coming back. Get a bag for $15.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Turn your old deck into dollars. You can trade in your old deck and earn cash back towards a brand new deck that is backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. All you have to do is visit TradeInMyDeck.com, answer a few quick questions, and you'll see your estimated trade-in value instantly. Visit TradeInMyDeck.com.
Donald Trump's out for control, and he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do.
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to give Trump unchecked power, using the Justice Department to seek vengeance, monitoring women's pregnancies, cutting Medicare and Social Security. Those are Donald Trump's plans. He'll take control, we'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
New at 5 protest guidelines are changing at UW-Madison. Why one protester says the university is stifling student voices. We break down the new restrictions and what the changes mean for future demonstrations on campus. That's next at 5.
Help us pack the truck to kick off Coats for Kids.
Monday, News 3 Now is collecting kid-sized winter coats at Clinky Cleaners on Monona Drive.
Stop by with your donation to keep kids warm this winter.
Pack the truck with Coats for Kids.
Take a look at this. An iconic burger joint mascot in Los Angeles loses its head after a fiery crash. Witnesses say a driver lost control, crashing into a fire hydrant and sending it airborne.
Don't see that every day.
No.
Well, it was a hydrant that hit the figure in front of Bob's Big Boy Broiler restaurant, sending pieces of it, including part of the statue's head, just flying.
The restaurant shared the video on their Instagram page along with some images of their injured, quote, Big Boy mascot and a promise to rebuild him.
The crazy encounter gives the new meaning to the term drive-through. I'm glad no one was hurt, but yeah, can you imagine if you saw that?
What do you mean no one was hurt? Bob was hurt.
Bob, he'll get repaired.
He will get repaired.
I think things are a little less lively over in Spring Green. Let's check in with... Oh, never mind. We do not have Alex. We will keep trying to get him, but...
Still frozen. We got to thaw him out.
We got to thaw him out. We'll send Bob over there. We'll be right back.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Kamala Harris cast the tie-breaking vote that created America's inflation.
The vice president votes in the affirmative, and the bill is passed.
Economists said Harris's vote led directly to the higher prices we pay. 22% more for groceries, 50% more for gas. Mortgage costs nearly double. Thanks a lot, Kamala. Trump had our economy humming. He'll do it again.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Nobody wants to replace the roof. But these days, many roofs are only lasting 10 to 15 years, costing you tens of thousands of dollars. RoofMax makes your roof like new by strengthening and rejuvenating it. RoofMax treatments, started early enough, can extend the life of your roof by 15 years or more. And even if you think your roof is at the end of its life, 90% of the time, RoofMax can extend the life of your roof by 5 years at a fraction of the cost of a new roof. So give us a call, and we'll give you a free assessment to see if your roof qualifies.
Your bedroom should be an oasis of relaxation, but also a space to re-energize for the day ahead. BDI has reinvented what bedroom furniture can be. The Link Bedroom Collection is designed for today's connected lifestyle, offering innovative features that astound at every turn. And it's on sale now through September 9th. See Link at the Century House on University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com. Visit today and create the bedroom of your dreams.
I'm actually embarrassed to say that I did vote for Trump in 2016. I don't think the man can be trusted. He talks out of both sides of his mouth. He's a very dishonest person. I hate the way he disrespects women, the way he disrespects other people that have worked for him. He's a narcissist. I just don't see myself ever voting for Donald Trump. This is not my Republican Party any longer. I have to go with Kamala Harris.
Republican Accountability PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Well, that wraps up today's Live at 4. Brady's in the newsroom with what's coming up.
And tomorrow on Live at 4, we go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs in the Honda Ridgeline pickup truck. And next at 5, response to UW-Madison's new protest policies and why some say they're infringing on First Amendment rights, plus the latest on shots fired in Milwaukee. Well, thanks for watching Live at 4 today. We hope to see you here again tomorrow, same time, same place. News 3 Now at 5 starts right after this.